Hello all. So last couple days we've seen actual rain, some wind, much more rain than normal. It was also very cold for this time of the year. It was as if it was returning to winter here in California. But today is a different day and it's nice out. But tomorrow they're saying it's going to be another wet one, another rainy day. How unusual. There's positives and negatives to that. First of all, it keeps the grass greener longer underneath the trees. The grass that's out in the open is now brown, so it won't matter. So that means that there'll be longer and taller grass for the fire season. But it also gives more rain to the trees to survive another hot summer. But that's not what I'm here to talk about today. I'm actually here to talk about how around the world we're losing our freedoms and our liberties, that both the UK and the US are falling further and further into a horrible situation. More of a plutocracy, almost fascist kind of government. Not good. For an example, subpoenas. When here in the US a subpoena is issued for somebody to appear somewhere, there's no thinking about it. If you don't show up for a subpoena, you're immediately arrested and put in jail. But here in the U.S., because the people are losing their freedoms, the president or the king cannot be prosecuted for any crimes according to him, the king, the Orange King. Here's an example of the subpoena thing. Now, Chelsea Manning was just subpoenaed. She refused the subpoena. She's already in jail. You can't refuse a subpoena unless you're the Orange Man and the staff of the Orange Man or any family members of the Orange Man or anybody connected with the Orange Man are free and clear of any laws. Subpoenas are being ignored and the Orange Man is ordering his staff to ignore all subpoenas. Amazing. Then his son, Jared Trump, is also defying it, but then he worked out some deal where he doesn't have to talk very long or anything else. You know, he gets to pick and choose what they talk about. Unbelievable. Why not just keep him home? Let him go, forget it. He's one of the elites, the 1%, that are never put in jail. How many of the 1% are actually in jail with the criminals that are in jail or prison? Nada. They get their own special little place to stay. So, over in Brazil, where they just put in a right-wing presidente, my God, they can't believe it. He's cutting education in Brazil by $1.8 billion. That's money that's going to go directly into the wealthy's pocket through tax cuts and other ways and means of figuring out how to get the taxpayers' money into the wealthy's pocket. So, here in the U.S., the Orange Man says that Bolton is going to get us all into wars and that he would have gotten us into 4 wars already. He was pushing for 4 separate wars for the U.S. to get into. And he still has a job, Orange Man. Can't you just get rid of him? He's a warmonger. You came in as not a warmonger. Suddenly you're looking more and more like a warmonger. Nancy, dear, Nancy Pelosi here in the U.S. Can't you start impeachment? You've got so many things you can get impeachment and already impeach him with. There's already enough evidence in the Mueller report that's already come out. There's enough evidence left and right. He can't do anything legally. So what would happen if we were to have a World Peace Day? You know, think about it. I have no place else. There's not very many bugs, but the ones that are here have to land on me. So if we were to have a real progressive in the White House and they got a world peace forum going and somehow, some way, the world became peaceful, no more wars. All the equipment started to be put away and put in sheds and stored away. What could we possibly do with so much money? The U.S. spends almost $1 trillion a year on this budget. Many countries spend billions and billions of dollars on the weapons industry and the war machine. I wonder if that was no longer needed because of a progressive getting us all into a major peace deal around the world. Let's see, you could have education for all, like 1 through a couple years of college. You could have universal health care. Sorry about the wind noise. You could have a real environmental protection agency throughout the world that really does do something. And you could put a lot of money into food security and mass transportation, non-polluting mass transportation. There's so many things that we as a world could do other than put all this money into war machines. But that seems to be what it's all about, is how big the war gets. War, killing, murder. It's all about that, isn't it? Well, the wind's coming up. I guess the newest storm is starting to come in for tomorrow. Be interesting to see what we get tomorrow. I can't believe what we got to yesterday. But I definitely appreciate all the new subscribers we've been getting. Thank you, and as long as I don't comment on anybody else's comments, I can see the comments. So just know that's why I'm not commenting back, but I definitely appreciate everybody's comments. So, until next time.